Here is the rewritten version of your story. I've polished it into a more immersive, emotionally rich narrative while keeping the core message and structure intact. The man in old shoes. A story of power, pride, and respect. He stepped into the restaurant quietly. His shoes old and worn, his shirt faded and threadbare. People turned to look. Some smirked. Others ignored him like he was invisible. To them, he was just another poor delivery man, someone beneath notice. But what if I told you that this man was not who they thought he was? What if I told you he owned everything they stood on? This is the story of Mr. Andrew, a man of great wealth and even greater wisdom. Mr. Andrew was no ordinary businessman. He was the silent mind behind a network of restaurants, bakeries, and food delivery companies. His food fed thousands each day. His employees filled towns and cities. His vans traveled day and night to deliver supplies. Yet despite all this, he remained humble and quiet. He didn't flaunt his riches. He didn't command attention. He observed. He studied people, especially when they thought no one was watching. You see, Mr. Andrew had not always been wealthy. He had risen from hardship, from days of hunger and rejection. Every brick in his empire had been laid with sweat and perseverance. But over time he noticed something disturbing. People changed when they gained power. They became lazy, arrogant, and cruel to those they once stood beside. Take Francis, his former driver. Once kind and respectful, Francis became a tyrant when promoted to head of transport, shouting at his team, misusing power. Again and again Mr. Andrews saw this pattern, and it troubled him. One day an idea struck him. Test. He had just bought a new restaurant, a branch no one had seen him visit. No photos, no meetings, just his name on a document. It was perfect. He called the warehouse manager. "Prepare the monthly supplies," he said. "I'll deliver them myself." The manager was stunned but obeyed. Mr. Andrew had his reasons. That morning Mr. Andrew stood before the mirror, transforming into someone else. He wore faded trousers, a shirt with worn sleeves, and shoes that had seen better days. A cap pulled low shielded his face. "No one will recognize me," he whispered. And with that, he climbed into a plain delivery van and drove himself to the restaurant. From the outside the restaurant sparkled. Staff in clean uniforms, chefs moving with purpose, waiters smiling at guests. But Mr. Andrew knew better. Appearances deceive. He picked up a box from the van and walked through the front door. The change was instant. A young man in an apron scoffed. "Deliveries go through the back. This one is for the kitchen store," Mr. Andrew replied calmly. The man rolled his eyes. "Use the back next time." As he moved deeper inside, another waiter whispered, "Look at his shoes. Can't even afford a decent pair." Someone else snickered. "Maybe he's just a beggar trying to sneak food." He said nothing. He simply delivered the boxes, one by one, taking in every face, every word, every judgment. Inside the kitchen, the head chef, Mr. Benson, shouted, "Be careful with that. You delivery people break everything." Mr. Andrew placed the box gently. "I'm just here to deliver supplies, sir." Benson eyed him with disdain. "Try wearing something clean next time. You look like you live under a bridge." Still he said nothing. He kept going. More laughter. More whispers. More insults. But Mr. Andrew wasn't there to argue. He was there to listen, to see people for who they truly were. He entered the manager's office with a supply list. Mr. Steve didn't look up. "Put it on the table," he said flatly. Around the room, department heads sipped tea. "This new owner," one said, "never shows up." "Probably doesn't care," Steve replied. "But I'm handling things well." No one asked Mr. Andrews' name. No one thanked him. One woman even pointed at him and ordered, "Get me coffee." He replied gently, "That's not my job." He hissed, "Are you too big to carry coffee now?" Still Steve said nothing. Later he knocked on another office. Miss Stella, the supervisor. She smiled warmly. You've been carrying those heavy boxes all day. Thank you. She handed him a cold bottle of water. He was stunned. The first act of kindness all day. Some of them only respect money or power, she whispered. But we're all human. No job makes you better than another. Mr. Andrew smiled. Her words touched something deep inside. He finished the last deliveries. More laughter followed him through the halls. Someone joked about his torn shoes. Another said he walked like he was carrying gold. They didn't know the truth. He paused before the main dining room. The same faces. The same voices. The same mockery. They had no idea the man they laughed at could change their lives in one moment. He turned and walked out. But he had seen all he needed to see. That evening, just before closing time, Mr. Steve clapped his hands. Everyone, a quick meeting. The new owner wants to meet you tonight. The room buzzed. Some were nervous. Others were curious. Isn't he the one who never comes around? Yes. But he'll be here by 7. Chairs were arranged. Staff filled the dining room. Waiters on one side, chefs on the other, supervisors standing in the back. A tense silence filled the room. The door opened. In walked the same man. Old shoes. Worn shirt. Cap. Someone whispered. Why is the delivery man here? Another laughed. Is he lost? Mr. Steve snapped. You've done your job. You can leave now. Mr. Andrew didn't move. He took off his cap. His face was clear. Silence fell. Eyes widened. Some frowned. Some blinked. Mr. Steve's mouth fell open. Mr. Andrew stepped forward. I came today to deliver supplies, he said, his voice calm. But I saw something sad. The room stayed silent. I was mocked because of my shoes. Laughed at. Treated like I didn't matter. Heads dropped. I stood in the manager's office. No one looked at me. No one saw me. No one laughed now. I wasn't just a delivery man. A gasp rippled through the room. I'm Andrew, the owner. I bought this restaurant last week. One of the chefs sat down hard. A waiter dropped his pen. Someone covered their face. Mr. Andrew continued. I won't sack anyone. But things must change. No more judging by appearances. No more disrespect. Every role matters. From cleaner to manager. Then he turned to Miss Stella. You showed me kindness when others didn't. From today you are the new manager. Her eyes widened in shock. He looked at Mr. Steve. You will serve as the supervisor from now on. Mr. Steve's face was pale. He couldn't speak. Mr. Andrew moved to the door. Do not judge people by their clothes, he said. Respect is earned by how you treat others. And with that he left. His old shoes made no sound. Inside no one spoke. They had seen the truth. And they would never forget it. Moral of the story *, never look down on anyone. The person you ignore today may be the one who signs your paycheck tomorrow. Kindness costs nothing, but pride can cost everything. Let me know if you'd like an image prompt set or a version adapted for video narration or script.